other states, and they did fail to. In their
Yeah,
defense.
Correct.
Whenever they do that, Dad said he's probably going to move there.
Pretty sure
We'll see if
written somewhere in their constitution that they're allowed to secede whenever they feel like.
That is correct. They have a clause dedicated to them. Whether the new union will honor that clause is an entirely different question.
That's the issue. They have already stated basically we're gonna leave at some point.
We reserve the right to leave if we really want to. So
I thought that was something that they like literally was the point of the Civil War was that they can't secede.
Well, let's crack open this box that we've kept closed for 150 years.
The recording has been going for a little bit now, by the way. That's good stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
My understanding is that
Texas.
was what. Yeah, well, that's what I understand to have torn the country apart. Was that question: are the states allowed to secede? More so than any kind of economic questions or slavery, it was who is more sovereign, the states or the collection of states?
Glad we're getting this one recording, but
well, that's why I had to say that. So
All right.
I could pretend to be knowledgeable.
So I would love to continue this discussion later because I love having this discussion. But we're gonna go ahead. So this is today is 3/12/2025. This is session 17. This is gonna be route 2. Does anybody feel like they need a recap for last session?
I've only watched the recording 4 times.
David, I love you. You're such a good player.
Oh my word.
You check all the boxes, dude. Earlier I was like, yo, you need to get your token up, and you're like, dude, I'm on it. Like, I practically expected you to, like, leave work and go home and upload your token.
He kind of does, to be honest.
But yeah, I'm hoping for a nice chill session this evening. Pretty low stakes. I expect this to be kind of a long form exploration catching session. We'll navigate through Route 2. So let me go look at the map real quick, and you guys just got past the River of Rage. You passed Rage Crossing. So the Rage Crossing, the big ol' wooden Viking long bridge with Gyarados handrails, had kind of collapsed in the middle. It was sagging significantly. The bridge wasn't it wasn't utterly destroyed. It's reparable. It's just some crazy spring showers coming in, and that is throwing them for a loop. You guys saw your way barred to the Apricorn Festival, and you're like, no way, Jose. And you crossed in a wonderful little pedal boat. Amber and Rune crossed on the bridge since they're a little more limber, a little more light on their feet. You had a couple of wild Pokemon encounters in the process. Rune and Amber encountered a Surskit, a water. I don't know if it's water bug. Yeah, it's water bug. The kind of water spider looking strider thing. And it's a cool little critter that you tagged along. You managed to kind of get it out of its predicament. It was trapped on the bridge. And Elaine, Mako, and Viga managed to rescue an Azurill. Mostly Elaine. It was not Azurill. It is Azurill, right? Azurill. Yeah. The baby is Azurill. I always get Azurill and Azumarill confused.
It's one of those weird ones where it goes from a long name to a short name back to a long name.
Yeah, and it goes like compound, like first and second evolutions combined. So you guys are past Rage Crossing. I can't recall if it was, I believe it was kind of morning-ish when you crossed initially. Like you woke up and you were basically right at the bridge. And it was a couple hours to cross. So we're gonna say it's about noontime now. And we're gonna say the spring showers have mostly cleared up by this point, as you guys have kind of gathered your things, left the pedal boat on the side of the river, perhaps reorienting it outwards for the next lucky passerby to pedal across. I'm hearing some shuffling. Oh, somebody left and
interesting.
re-entered. Oh, interesting, he says.
Yeah, I was wondering because I saw I think my noise suppression is not working very well. I was actually kind of troubleshooting that.
Get turned off, or
I had gone from crisp to standard because I don't really trust crisp, but now it's back on crisp. So if you hear it again, let me know. Otherwise, it means crisp is better.
All right. So I got a. Let me see if I can't find some good music here.
Okay,
Perhaps-
I think crisp is better.
Perhaps this one will do well for this. Nope. I want something a little more ethereal. A little more Mount Coronet, perhaps? Yeah, this is decent.
obviously we need to listen to that one.
Well, you're-
Pokemon
yeah.
Combat song for the.
Pokemon Combat. Well, we established you're meeting Arceus this session, so we need Mount Coronet.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
So let me go ahead and fetch the appropriate slide. Does this work if I... Yeah, that do work.
What is this?
This is a map, sir.
No.
Oh, was
Uh,
I able to get Route 2 as a location in my files for the extended action before we try to cross?
I'm gonna say you can do that now, if you like to.
I would like to take a quick take an extended action to add the
Sure.
record of Route 2 into my location file.
Totally, man.
For my combat five.
Yeah, dude. We'll say you take a little break after the great pedaling to chill out. Rune, yeah, Rune seems to be kind of cataloging some nearby flora and fauna. And, yeah, you'll be able to kind of, I believe, redeem that. Is it the... that's your extended action that allows you to know about Route 2, right?
Yes, the extended action
That's right.
lets me get the bonuses. I already took the record of the location. I'm putting it into the archive now.
Awesome. Okay. Sure. We'll say you camp out for a bit. And maybe you could tell me what exactly I should be telling you here about Route 2.
So, this putting it into the archive gives me a few things. For one, I get Canine or Perception. It's my choice while I'm at the location.
Awesome.
And then I also get a +2 bonus to Perception checks to notice the environment. I'm double checking because I think that... Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay. So it's actually mostly statistical, it seems like.
Yes.
Very cool.
Austin, this map looks like so much fun.
I hope it's a good time. I hope it's a good
I
time.
cannot control me token.
Yeah.
Same.
So I ended up posting the Chronicle class in there, so you guys can read on that for what it does.
Why can't I control your tokens? What is happening?
We're all having. Hey, it's time for us to start duplicating things. Everybody, go ahead and.
I
Side up army.
Psyduck Swarm.
I suppose. Let me put you guys back on the
Would that be a level 9 spell?
here, real quick.
Swarm of Psyducks.
swarm. Yeah, it's familiars.
That's probably a level 8 spell. Let's be real.
fair
No,
enough.
it's like
Oh.
level 3 or 4. It's like a.
I know the
it's like
issue.
a voice
No,
that
but-
the druids can use that summon
You-
creatures.
I was gonna say you gotta remember that it's not just a familiar. It actually is it's a summon.
No, but like there's that
Those
druid
water
spell
druids.
that's like
Yeah, that's
that I used to
Well,
use
point.
on Sly
This-
that had like the bats. Like the bats like had
But
combat
that's-
values and stuff.
That's like
oh,
a
I
fifth
guess
level
low
spell,
level
right?
Psyducks then.
Yeah, it's like 4th or I wanted to say it was like 3rd or 4th.
What's it?
Okay.
It's not called summon woodland creatures, is it?
There we go. This is
It sounds
I
right.
don't
to me, but I
think
don't think it is.
So
I think
I might be thinking
I
of the
think that is
Pathfinder
the-
version. I'm
Okay.
just gonna look up summon woodland creatures and see what happens.
All right. So the issue is, you guys are part of the map.
Oh, perfect.
So now you're good.
Conjure woodland beings. I was close.
Oh, do Did
still
you
can't.
add my token to the thing?
There you are.
There it is.
Can you control your token here?
No.
It's okay.
Let me see. I cannot.
No.
I do not have access to my token.
There you go. You should be able to now. Everybody can control their character now?
No.
No.
Control.
They're on the correct layer, but I guess we just don't have
Uh,
default control settings listed for your tokens. That's something we can change later.
it might be because they were on the map layer. Eventually.
I can move.
Like, because we can't control anything on the map layer, maybe we can't.
Okay, I got mine.
Yeah, I'm putting them on all players.
Yay!
Let the
Stomp in
chaos
the butthole.
ensue.
Okay, cool.
I dive into this bush.
Okay, yeah, dude. So let me give you a brief route description here. So you guys are passing further west. One thing you note is, while this area is, this immediate area is somewhat flat, you are now in the shadow of, I believe these are I think they're actually just called the Dragontail Mountains, to the north of you. And kind of rolling off of them is this kind of green beard of like deciduous pine trees and the like, which is why there's nothing but pine trees and kind of evergreens in this area. Another thing you're noting is as you're passing into this area, there's a great deal of fauna. This appears to be like a very rich area. Lots of standing water from the recent rains. Water just running off of the pines and cascades, and you're starting to get into Apricorn country. You can definitely say. The first thing you see as you kind of enter the route proper, or at least this section of it, the whole route might be several miles long, is an apricorn tree that appears to have been harvested. As this is a popular trainer route, and of course other people will be coming through here as well, it seems like pickings might be thin. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. We'll keep it pretty freeform, and you guys can just kind of tell me, who wants to go first, and if I'm detecting some stagnancy, I'll start using some kind of initiative.
I do have a question.
Yeah, dude.
What happened to the Azuriel?
Oh, you still have it.
It's still in my arm?
Yeah, sure. You've walked a couple hundred paces with it after the river. You guys both still have the Surskit and the Azuriel, and we can resolve that now if you would like.
Well, I'm just kind of curious because it seemed like it was just floating out in the middle of a raging river. Maybe its home got swept away or something.
Yeah.
And it's just content being with Elaine?
Yeah, so baby Pokemon are very reliant on others. And the Azuriel at this time is just still shaking a little bit, partially terrified. The crying has mostly died down to quiet sobs. In general, it seems to be improving, but yeah, it's just sort of you still have it in your arms, and it really hasn't made an effort to escape yet. As for Amber, the Surskit is kind of still glued to your backpack. Just kind of keeping lookout, just swaying in the breeze, looking right and left.
Elaine, do you want to go first? I assume you are. I mean, maybe you're not trying to catch it. That's totally your prerogative.
With Elaine, she's more along the lines of trying to gain their trust. And since this is a baby Pokemon, the idea of having combat just seems really foreign.
Well, I wasn't gonna beat the thing.
Or capturing right now, because it's I don't know, in a way it almost seems like she's not asking for consent. She wants to make sure that the Azuriel wants to be her companion, and she's not going to enforce it. Unless it somehow implies in an intuitive way saying, hey, I want to be a Pokemon.
I see.
That's her style.
Sure. Well, if you're not gonna do stuff with your Pokemon, then I'm gonna do stuff with my Pokemon. And I also don't intend to force the Surskit into submission. But I would like to have a little conversation with it.
Sure.
Amber will kind of like, I guess, look over her shoulder as it's kind of swaying. Be like, you know, if you stick with me, you don't have to worry about getting stuck in any puddles anymore. I'll look after you, and I've got a bunch of friends that you might like. And she'll take out Ample, and kind of I guess pick him up, and kind of let him introduce himself, and yeah, be like, this is my good friend Ample, and we've been adventuring together for, well, I guess a little while now, not too long. But I really enjoyed my time with him. He's really friendly, and we have lots of other friends that are that they're the Pokemon of my friends here, Elaine and Mako and Vigo and now Rune. Rune's a new friend too, and you can become one of our friends, and I'll take care of you. And you know, I have lots of sweet things just like you. You know, you smell great, but I have lots of candy that you might like. And she'll like bring out some of the candy in her bag.
Oh, nice.
And be like, anyways,
Totally.
I really love bug Pokemon, and
What?
you're very adorable. And you're a bug Pokemon, and I think that we could grow big and strong together. And don't you want to be my Pokemon?
Yeah. The Surskit like looks at you with those soulless Surskit eyes and goes, ah. And I want you to go ahead and roll I want both you and your Ample to roll a charm check here.
Okay, can I use intuition instead of charm because of the
Yes, you
S
can.
that I took?
Yes, that's a Pokemon. Was it Pokemon Psychologist or something like that?
I think mine's Mystic Senses.
Mystic Senses. That's right.
Okay.
Pokemon Psychology is Pokemon Education.
Okay, I rolled a 24, and let me get the Ample. I don't think
Ample
that charm is
Ample
their forte.
also rolls like an 18.
Imagine. You can't.
It rolls a 6.
Okay, straight down the middle. That's fine.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the Ample isn't that persuasive. The Ample's also just here for the candy, but you are very persuasive. You're like showing the Surskit like this amazing job opportunity. And like employment with candy and peers that respect it. And the Surskit takes one of its little legs and like brings it up to its mouth as if deep in thought, and then it looks back at you and goes, ah!
Why is Surskit always so adorable?
The benefits of the job just, I guess, outweighed the low salary of just candy. All right. Well, then I will pull out a Pokeball and I'll give a little tap on the point of its little noggin, and I will try and capture it.
Totally. Capture without effort. You rescued this Pokemon. It makes no resistance, and you succeeded on the charm check to recruit.
All right. Well, then I
Oh,
will.
that means the experience you get goes to that.
Ah, yes, and I did ask beforehand if I could apply the experience from last session to the Surskit. So, in the blink of an eye, as I reopen the Pokeball, the Surskit goes from level 7 to level 20.
What?
Truly a powerful creature.
It's like 400 XP, right?
This job was a massive salary increase from its former life. I'll just put
It
it
was
that
like
way.
360, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 360, and I could only apply it to one Pokemon because I didn't use any other Pokemon last session. So it just went straight from level 7 to level 20.
Oh, it's in the fast experience group, isn't it?
I don't know. Probably. I
think
didn't know that there were multiple different experience groups in PTU. I thought there was only one.
I'm pretty sure it's just a consistent XP thing across PTU, just for the sake of simplicity, unless you've read something.
Yeah, I haven't
Well,
seen anything
I was
outside
curious
of
'cause,
that.
like I applied the XP to Rook, and it went from 15 to 17.
Well, it takes increasing amounts of XP per level.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I don't think you applied
Unless you didn't do it
360 EXP to Rook, and it only levels up twice?
That's actually... Hold up.
Yeah.
So, have you been... So, I'm pretty sure... And unless you've read something different on this, let me know. I'm pretty sure it's total XP gained on that chart rather than, like, resetting to 0 every time.
Yeah,
At least that's how we've been doing it.
Yeah, we didn't understand that at first either, and so we thought it took a lot more XP than it did. But I have a feeling, is that how you were doing it? Was that it resets to 0 for each level?
Yeah.
Okay,
Same.
so yeah,
That's what
you'll
I've been
get
doing.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all can get some massive things if you're able to reverse. I guess reverse like. I don't know.
That is a
reverse
lot of
level,
XP to go back.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I was
but there is a complete log available.
informed. I was informed by my players that it was a progression. So you didn't reset, or was it that you did reset? What is the method you guys have been using?
It's total XP, from my
Total.
understanding at least.
So in order to get to level 20, you need 400 XP on a Pokemon
Okay.
Total.
in total.
Okay.
Because,
Oh.
well, it also makes a little bit more sense from the perspective of like progression, because otherwise you'd need over double the amount of XP you've already gotten every level. So to go from level 10 to 11 requires all of the XP you've gotten over the course of your journey, plus a little bit more, which is
So
doesn't
I
really make
probably
sense from the
leveled
point.
Pokemon that I didn't even.
Yeah, you've probably
Oh.
got under level.
Oh, I have
That-
to redistribute a lot of the XP. Hold
Yeah.
on.
All right. Okay.
Well, you'll
we'll
actually be in a more
yeah.
fortunate situation.
we'll have a
Right.
I will
spiel
be.
after the session to try and get this resolved. Then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
for now,
is
I'll
kind of
I'll keep my
important.
Pokemon current.
Yeah, we'll worry about this later. Let the
That-
exploration commence.
I can take some amount of responsibility for that because I didn't explain it properly. Sorry.
No worries.
It's
All right,
not
who
gonna be
wants?
that hard to revert because
Who wants to deploy?
The rewards have been like +3 Pokemon levels, so it shouldn't be that hard to figure out.
It's mostly been levels. Okay.
All right, I just
Level.
did my thing. Someone else can go now.
Well, Elaine wants to feed the Azuriel Pokemon baby food, and that's what she'll be doing
Feed it.
until she finds. Like, I know she's curious since we're close to the Apricot Festival that there's apricot trees. Apricorn?
Apricorn? You got it? Yeah. I didn't need to correct you. You got it.
Right? It's rare. And so,
It's an apricot.
not only that, but she's also looking for berries because she's had these orange berries for a while. Any kind of herbs or mushrooms. She's looking to expand her
Mhm.
her apothecary.
Totally, dude. All right.
As if you're muted.
How would I go about
That would explain it. Thank you. Let me help you with that. So Mako will be looking for like apricorns and cool Pokemon, but he's also going to stick fairly close to anyone who looks like they need to make skill checks, because I can just, as a reaction,
Sure.
do a pretty good buff. Actually, let me just post it.
And because this kind of thing is becoming more relevant, we will have a little primitive turn order up, I guess.
Okay.
So let me just.
Roll for initiative. Oh wait, no, you don't roll in the system. My bad.
Unless you want to press the initiative button and get a weird, like, 0.3 tacked on.
I need my decimal points.
Look at this cool thing I can do. Look at that. I got like
16.17. What?
That's something, man. All right, so
Yeah, so I think we figured out what it is. So I believe the decimal is a d20 that it rolls to
mhm.
determine who goes
Oh,
first
yeah,
on a
you're
tie.
right. Because we
Yeah.
did the math
It cannot
on
go
it.
above 2.0.
So
Yes, we did the math.
just go ahead and input your speed into the turn order. And then for the ties, we'll let let the initiative decide.
That's so funny.
Let me double check my speed.
David, because I don't have my glasses, like I keep my glasses in the car, and so it is very difficult to distinguish our profile pictures on, especially like initiative. It comes down to background for me.
Yeah, then just look at the background. Also, the fact that I'm tan and not white.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll go ahead and
Oh
say
shit! I couldn't have told you that.
yeah, we'll just say Amber already went, and we'll go to we'll look at Rune. You get to burn the trail, Rune.
All right. Well, I'm not really searching for apricorns, but I will be looking out for any cool Pokemon that I might be able to spot. So I guess I'll
Definitely.
go into the tall grass.
Sure.
I'm
how
just praying
many-
for a Wooper.
How far can I move? Is that overland?
Sure. We'll say
Yeah.
we'll use our overland for this.
Okay, so that's 6. So that's 1. Should be able to get right into the tall grass, and then I guess that's a perception check to look for any Pokemon.
Sure, man. You can make a perception check from here.
I need to stop exiting out of the character screen when I'm about to roll something. Perception. 19.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you see a familiar species rustling through the bushes in front of you, lapping up water from a nearby pool of rainwater. That's a Zigzagoon.
The temptation.
Yeah, yeah. We will acquire an army.
Don't tempt us.
It seems to have not
We'll call
noticed
out
you
to
so
the
far.
others. Oh, well, I guess I won't call it to the others. Pokemaniac's what you need to, like, get their levels and stuff. Can I tell, like, generally how strong it is?
Yeah, do you have Pokemaniac?
No, I just have Pokepsychologist. I just
Okay.
want to get a general
Um,
vibe of it.
Sure. You can roll me a Pokemon education check.
Brother said I need to see if it's stronger than the one I have so I can trade them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Give me just a sec.
I will sacrifice the one to make the other stronger. Like this is Raid Shadow Legends.
Make them fight.
I was also very tempted to just send out my Zigzagoon just to see if it would do anything.
That's not how breeding works, David. You have to be at a daycare.
Not here.
Wild dog.
What have we got? A picnic table somewhere? Isn't that how they did it with the latest gen? They just
no.
did away
Yeah,
with the
you have a
daycare finally.
table, have a
you
dinner with
set
a
up
party,
picnic.
you're good.
Yeah. I think it just takes like 4 hours here.
Yeah, man. You determine that this Pokemon is less than level 10. And it's male. More details beyond that escape you.
Okay. Is anyone else interested in a Zigzagoon? If not, then it's about to be
Obliterated. Get forth. Cough squire.
Shake off some rust. Get some bad rolls out of the way.
yeah. I will go ahead and send out I'll send out Queen.
I just remembered the running joke we had that you had to have a higher speed than me. I'm just now realizing we're at the top of the initiative.
Sure. Do you know how to drag out your own Pokemon, David?
I do not.
Okay, so go
I can do it.
so go to player Pokemon and let him learn.
Okay. Well, he might be on the Xbox.
Click on
No, I'm not. I'm not allowed to.
click on Queen, and then go to Bio and Info. You see Queen's little portrait.
Yes.
Okay, and top right of that portrait, when you hover it, there should be like a little square that you can drag and drop.
Oh. I did not know that was
That
the
work?
official way to do that.
That's
You
the
can also just...
that's the least problematic way I found, the most consistent way.
Okay, I've just been dragging the name straight from the roster.
That might be how we got the social journey.
The side.
Well,
tab.
no, that happened because I didn't realize it worked because I didn't see them show up. I just kept dragging over and over.
Did that work for you, David?
I'm not seeing the queen. Is anyone else seeing the queen?
All right,
No.
I'll do it. There we go.
Well, now I've got to post the...
Okay.
Okay, where do you you're throwing a Pokeball? Where do you throw the Pokeball? What's your throw range?
My throw is pretty low, I think, because I do not have much athletics.
Yeah, scales with athletics.
My throw is only 6, so
6.
I'll keep her next to me.
Okay. Sure. Are you attempting to do this stealthily?
Yes.
Sure.
I want Queen to get a sneak attack on this.
Yeah, man.
Zigzagoon.
Totally. So
You're
yeah,
gonna need it.
you cover the flash of light with your body. I want you to go ahead and roll me a guile check. Actually, make stealth instead.
Stealth?
Yeah, stealth for this.
I have something for this.
Are you benefiting from your cool area feature that tells you about the area? Like, do you get any kind of bonuses from that?
For this specifically, I don't believe so. Oh, I never specified which one I'm taking. I'm taking Keen Eye as the ability, so my accuracy cannot be lowered.
Very cool.
Oh, my perception check should have actually been at 21 because I forgot to add the +2.
I mean, you still see the Zigzagoon. It
Yes.
it hasn't gotten more clear. All right. So
Yeah, I'll just roll the.
just the,
Oh, I
the
could.
2d6.
Is this on the Pokemon? I actually could roll Guile because I could just use Poke Psychologist because that lets me roll Guile with Pokemon Education.
This is stealth. Guile is like non like
Guile
being
basically
quiet
deception?
things. Guile is like deception and like pickpocket kind of blended into one.
It's
I
like
think
manipulation.
manipulation. There you go, pretty good, man. Yeah, the Zigzagoon doesn't seem to notice you. It continues to lap up the water.
Since it did not notice Queen is absolutely going to attack it with no mercy.
All right.
Or actually, ooh,
Ooh.
Queen's going to use Hone Claws.
Ooh. You just gotta spend a little bit of time.
Oh my.
I mean, this. Yeah.
Gotta set up the OTK.
Yeah, you gotta set up. You got the stealth, so yeah. You guys watch. Rune quietly lets out this blackbird Pokemon that some of you might notice. It's definitely not a Pokemon that's super common to Animos. Yeah, Rune says something to the effect of, "Oh, it doesn't see us. You know what to do." As Queen goes, "Wah!" It starts. It walks up to a nearby tree trunk and just starts running its claws very menacingly down it. And it just leaves this like horrible scarring along the tree trunk. And after it's done, its claws seem to gleam with a menacing light.
Yeah, its
Amber's
attack and
"What's he
action are both
doing?"
increased by 1 combat stage. Doesn't see us.
Sure, you get a round, and top of the next round, you perhaps initiate your attack here.
Yes. It's going to be using Power Trip.
Power Trip. Okay, what does that do?
It's a dark type move that increases its damage base based on how many combat stages you have.
Oh boy. Is Hone Claws sharply increased, or is it just +1?
It's just +1, but
Okay.
it's +1 in accuracy and attack.
Ah, 2 separate stages. Got it. Very cool.
Yes.
Awesome, man.
So
Cool. So what's the range on Power Trip?
Power Trip is melee, so it's going to be moving in
Sure. So
at the
yeah.
end of turn. So the Zigzagoon will have a chance to see us, I guess, if it turns to see the menacing Corvus Squire moving in on it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, I guess, is I'm assuming like you're just keeping the Corvus Squire back for a round while it hones claws, and then you send it in.
Yeah, to Power Trip.
On the turn, it would Power Trip. Okay, cool. Yeah, totally. So go ahead and roll the Power Trip accuracy here.
Alright, so Power Trip with a damage base of so
Yep. So it's a
do you
D20
roll ac-
minus the accuracy value. I think it rolled it for you. You're totally fine. Yeah, you definitely hit.
okay.
And now you get to roll damage.
Damage.
Nice.
26 damage.
Cool. Very neat. So let me go ahead and do some calculation.
Oh, it's rolling to GM because I'm on Queen. Sorry.
That's okay. Feel free to just switch it to public for all the sheets so your friends can see as well.
I am doing that now that I've noticed it's on that.
This is physical, right?
Yes, this is physical.
Very cool. It's dealing 19.
And now it knows it's very much in danger from the.
Oh, yeah, it's
spider.
having
If
some
it's
problems.
still conscious.
It should still be conscious.
I believe technically, Pokemania. Oh no, you failed or didn't roll high enough on the perception check. Now. I was
Well, I
gonna say
don't
you
have
should know.
I don't have Pokepsychologist.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
You have the feature with a low DC that gives you guaranteed statistics.
Yes. Okay.
Everybody else just kind of has to eyeball it with
Estimate.
Pokemon Education. Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, awesome. So go ahead. Now that you got your sneak attack off, go ahead and roll your not roll, but input your Corvus Squire's speed, please, and I'll do the same for the Zigzagoon.
All right.
Awesome. So it's just a bit faster than the Zigzagoon still. So it can immediately go again, and you as a trainer also get to go and potentially do something here if you'd like to on your turn, since you're on 21.
Won't be that evil to directly attack.
Go kick that Zigzagoon, dude.
I could. I really could. Make no mistake. I won't though. I just need to do something because for some reason I completely forgot to input X damage stats. I thought I did it for all my moves, but I forgot.
No worries. And you can also just pass. That's pretty common for Pokemon trainers.
Oh no, Rude is going to pass.
Okay.
Corvus Squire is most definitely not.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go back to Corvus Squire then. So you can immediately follow up with another attack if you'd like.
I will. I'm going to be using Peck.
Okay.
Does it automatically input the increased combat stages?
It does not. Let me look at your sheet real quick.
That's got
So
a
that
bonus
that would have also changed a bit of damage from the last attack as well.
Oh,
So combat stages are. There's a place you can input them. Give me a sec.
I messed up because I hit bonus instead of stage. So that was a
Got it. Yeah, it's to the right. If you look at HP, attack, defense, special, all that, to the right. Yeah, now you got it. 1 and 1. Very cool. And then on the attack pack, make sure you've checked stab. You have. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. This should calculate
I did
correctly then.
that. I just forgot to put all the regular stats into it. So it is melee at
Mhm.
will. So 14 to hit, I think. Is that
Definitely.
what that AC means?
Yep, definitely hitting.
Alright. 35.
Nice,
total
man.
damage.
There's a good chance you just fainted right here. Yeah, dude. A swipe of the thing's nasty talons, and then a simple peck on the Zigzagoon, just plummets the Zigzagoon into the rainwater, a bruised and battered mess. It is definitely fainted.
Understood. We use it for sustenance.
Hey!
You definitely
This
can.
is insane.
Yes. I wish to help with this.
Listen,
All
we
right.
gotta survive out here. We have some carnivores and omnivores that need food.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mako has almost certainly studied the techniques to do it properly.
Who has a
Oh,
very
my
good
word.
survival.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
it would be survival, wouldn't it?
So that would be survival if you want to like prepare it into rations, but you can also just feed it to your carnivore Pokemon. They can just eat it. The poor creature.
Won't immediately use it for substance. I'll let someone else go now. I need to finish putting in stuff for Peck.
Yep, and that's the end of that little encounter. So cool, and we're gonna go back to Mako. This is the war.
Yeah.
It's the food pyramid.
The food pyramid.
I want to just kind of. Do I have to use like literal movement, or are we just?
Yeah, we're
taking
using
turns arguing?
we're using our overland just to keep things manageable.
Fair enough. Mine is. Oh, sweet! It's 6.
Or you want to link up with Elaine?
No, I'm actually trying to explore. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's just kind of start down towards like I already see this interesting character, but Mako's just kind of gonna start wandering, looking out for Pokemon and Apricorn specifically, but trying to keep an eye. There's no like, what's the word? Distance. There's no like distance requirement that I'm finding for let me help you with that. So I imagine it's just line of sight.
Yeah, I would say like within your perception to be able to lend a
'cause he could,
voice
like,
or a
just
hand.
run over at a moment to.
Sure.
So he's keeping an eye to be able to make use of let me help you with that.
Very
But
cool.
he's gonna start kind of.
It's okay.
heading
Daily 3 times. That's awesome, dude. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I want to just be looking around for anything interesting.
Yeah, man. And I'll prompt you guys if there's something of note that could potentially demand a perception check, but you can also just do so yourselves if you'd like.
Okay, I didn't
Nothing.
wanna,
Nothing imminent. Surrounding foliage. You see a bit of a muddy puddle trap ahead of you in between some trees. And yeah, you do see like over some shrubbery in the distance. You see what appears to be humanoid individual sitting on a bench. kind of over here in a clearing.
Can I scan
The
for
map
Pokemon?
distance for map of correctly.
Yeah, that is something I will prompt you for. If you're kind of like in the area,
I see.
I'll check a perception check your way. If you're looking for something else though, you can manually initiate. You can also dash if you'd like. That's something you can do to just get to where you're going a little bit faster if you'd like to.
Fair enough. You said this. You referred to this as a trap. Does that just mean like it's kind of blocking the path and I'm gonna have to jump over it, or does it look deliberately set up as like?
No, it's naturally formed. It's just kind of
Oh, I see.
it's just like rainy water puddle.
He's
Okay.
mobile.
Cool. That's the end of mine then.
Over to Amber.
Cool. I'm going to channel my Surskit again since it technically got captured and came back out.
Sure.
So I'm gonna channel it again. That way I can share senses with it, and I don't know. I just think it's a fun way to, I guess, grow closer to it and be connected to it. And I'll be like,
You know, I like you. I think I'm gonna call you Puddle because you don't have to be afraid of puddles anymore now that you're with me.
That's never not going to be funny.
yeah,
I hope so, because that's the one line I got, buddy.
All right. And then I'll start looking around, and I guess I'll just start migrating. Let's see, 2, 3. I think I can go 4 with an overland of 6 and the 1.5 tiles per diagonal.
Yep.
And I'll be like,
Well, if you see any other friends, be sure to let me know so we can make more friends just like you.
Yeah, the Surskit
and
gives
that'll
you
be my
a
turn.
Surskit gives you a little salute.
The arms are so fun. All right, yeah, that's all.
Awesome. So moving on to Virgo.
Okay. Well, obviously, into the grass.
There he goes.
Meow.
Yeah, Vigo runs past the Surskit, kind of like skidding between his legs, skating on a bit of moist grass, kind of in the area. There's lots of little puddles everywhere as well. Yeah, you blast forward. You start kind of rummaging through the underbrush here. Nothing immediately next to you. Lots of just kind of very wet foliage, and in fact, very quickly your trousers become drenched.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So, then I'm gonna dash.
Nice.
So I can now move 9 more spaces. Gonna look in this puddle here.
Okay. Is it 50% more or is it 100% more?
100% for me because I have a feature that changes.
Athlete stuff.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
Checking out the puddle. Yeah, dude. Immediate area, you note that the storm definitely hit this area quite hard. This route is designed to be tread by more than just Pokemon trainers who are adventurous. This is designed to be used by normal civilians who be going out to Tenebrous Village and the like. And you can see a large tree trunk has fallen down, seemingly recently split asunder onto the main pathway here. Anybody who has some kind of cart or any kind of motorized, simple, probably single-seater vehicle coming this way is going to actually have a bit of a rough time.
There's nothing in the pond.
It appears to be maybe 3 or 4 inches deep. You can actually see your reflection in it. You kind of adjust your cap a little bit and make sure your rank insignia on your shoulder is oriented properly.
Presumably Frigidax is doing similar from the backpack.
Yeah, of course.
We gotta make sure that we all look professional.
Very spiff.
Uh,
Cool. Where else would you like to move?
Let's see. I believe I have 5 more spaces of movement. So, yeah, right here.
Totally. Yeah, I'll prompt you for a perception check at this point.
Okay. I was really expecting-
diagonals should be working correctly now, Caleb. I did reset the system measurement.
Hey, there we
Cool.
go.
I didn't count earlier. I just did some math in my head and was pretty sure I was right.
Yeah.
It's just every other diagonal is an extra
Yeah.
space.
Yep.
Yes, so we're all good.
Sure. 8 in perception. You see this individual sitting on a bench directly in front of you. Mako, is pretty obscured by lots of brush. But you're pretty close to this guy now. You can see he's dressed in what appears to be some kind of monk's robe. He has like one shoulder exposed. Darker, kind of deeply tanned skin. He's bald, facing away from you. And you can see his arms are clenched together in what appears to be some sort of meditative pose from what you can see at this angle. He doesn't stir at your approach. Aside from that, you see what appears to be, from what your friends have informed you, are some apricorn bushes over here that seem to be untouched. And a small tree here that is quite different from any of the other trees in the immediate area.
Is there... So it presumably it's just like a different species of tree, or is there something that seems special about it?
Yeah, it's a different species entirely, because lots of pines, and then this appears to be almost like vaguely like Japanese bonsai feeling.
This is obviously this man's tree
Yeah,
that he has set up his bench by so that he could sit and look at.
yeah, of course. Okay, anything else, Vigo?
No, I'm out of actions.
Cool. We'll go to Elaine.
I would like to look around for some herby herbs or some mushy mushrooms.
Okay. That will be contingent on like kind of like where you are in the map. And I'll go and say right now, I want to make you roll for it. Like there's nothing in the immediate area. Just lots of dinosaur grass. Not much in the way of useful herbs.
Well, only have 5 movements, so I guess I'll move quickly. And while she is going along her path, she'll monitor the Azurill, feeding it, petting it, making sure it's okay.
Yeah. The quiet sobs are only interrupted by the voracious sounds of baby food being consumed.
Goodness. There is something that is unique to baby. What am I doing? That is unique to baby food. Where it's supposed to increase the amount of XP they gain over time by a percentage. So I don't know if you wanted to keep a mental tab on that.
Yeah, so how we're going to handle that, Christine, is at the end of the session when you would be receiving an amount of XP to assign to Pokemon you've had active this session. Any XP you assign to the Azurill will be met with the appropriate percentage bonus.
Gotcha. Got it.
Cool.
I'll have to do that whenever I am scouring through my mistakes.
Yeah, we'll worry about all the level up stuff later. All right, anything else?
No.
All right. Rune.
I wouldn't be very good for anything survival related, so I'm going to have Corviknight come back to me. She'll stay out of the Corviknight. Corviknight will come back to me. I'll stay out of her Pokeball for now, and the good queen. Yeah, I'll start heading down in the same direction as everyone else. Just keeping an eye out, seeing if there's anything interesting around. Any other interesting Pokemon?
Sure. Yeah, Zigzagoon, is that something that you've since fed to Queen, or is that something that you'll think about processing later?
We'll leave the Zigzagoon there. We'll let it live for now. Unless,
Oh, okay. All right.
Rigo wants to do something, because I don't have the survival to actually turn it into food.
Sure. All right.
That should be 6. And Queen will be next to me on my shoulder.
Totally. What size is that Pokemon, by the way? Small
She
still?
is-
Or medium?
I think she's still small.
Okay, cool. So big size upgrade once Corviknight gets here.
Oh, it becomes so big once it's a Corviknight. Yeah, she's 2'7", but she also has wings.
Okay.
She's like 35 pounds. I think it's
So yeah, it's
5 feet in the final evolution.
it's heavy. It sits on your shoulder, and it's like it does the hawk thing where it has to steady itself with its wings sometimes because it's like it's a little bit too big to balance on your shoulder well.
I'll stick out my arm for her. Let her
yeah.
bounce on my arm as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the razor sharp claws are very, very careful to not accidentally clip your exposed t-shirted arm at the moment. Okay, anything else, Rune?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mako.
Unless there's something I could notice, then no.
Yeah. I'll prompt you, but if there's like something very specific in the environment you want to examine, that could be a skill check you prompt yourself.
Okay.
Mako.
Alright. So, first off, I am going to just pull out Mari. Oops. That was the wrong thing.
Totally?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, and if she's small enough still, she'll be, yeah, she's like 0.2 meters. So she'll just be curled around my neck like a boa, I think those are called.
Yes, a strange snake-like scarf. It constantly lets out this its cries like a static white noise sound, like and it does
That tickles. I've been missing you, Mari.
it definitely does tingle. It's like touching a battery with wet fingers. It's just kind of
Very apt metaphor for Mako.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll just have calamari on his shoulders, and then we will hop over the puddle.
Yeah.
We're heading down. Still on the lookout. Where was this bush? The apricorn bush?
No, this is an apricorn bush right here. This thing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
He'll make a mental note to
Yeah, you can actually
grab
look.
that on the way back.
You can actually look at the tokens, Isaac.
Oh,
And
with
you
the red.
yeah, you see how this doesn't have anything in it, but this does.
Oh,
These
yeah.
these apricorn bushes have been picked already. That was something I
Okay.
stated at the beginning of the area description. Yeah,
I must have
you're good.
zoned out or something for that. Okay. Do I have? Oh, I have 6. Sweet. So I get one more move. Am I allowed to make a perception check yet?
Unless there's something specific, you're not getting prompted at the moment. No.
Okay. I thought you said I could initiate that as well.
You can. So if there's like a thing of interest that like is moving that like you would be like your character would naturally be saying, then I'll prompt you. But if it's something specific
Gotcha.
in the environment, like, oh, I want to check out this bush. What's up with this bush, Austin? And you can roll perception check
Oh,
yourself.
okay.
Does that make sense?
I think I had in my head more like rolling the d20 to forage through the cave. I think I must have been tripping myself up.
You can do that. You can still do that for this route if you'd like to.
Oh, sweet. Is it an action or is it free?
Yeah, we'll say it's a full action to do that. Also,
Actually,
the way
I'll go ahead
I'm ruling pickup is that if you have your pickup Pokemon out, David, then you get an extra one of those. So you get another D20 roll that gives you a random item.
Oh, if I have the pickup Pokemon out?
Yes, you get essentially an extra charge of the D20 roll, and we'll do this once per leg of the journey.
Okay, and I can have control 2 Pokemon at once, right? Essentially.
I think it's dependent on your command.
My command is 3.
You mean 2 Pokemon out at once?
Yeah.
Yes. So you have to. At least the way we've been running it is that you spend an extra action to command a Pokemon. I want to say it's your main action, and then you can still shift and such as normal.
Yeah, it's not like nailed down in the rules. It's left up to basically
discretion.
however we want to do it.
So
But,
the
yeah,
idea,
basically
yeah,
like you have to use your main action if
Yeah.
you want to command.
because I want to incentivize the idea of sometimes running one because it leaves you as a trainer less to micro. Otherwise, it's just I'm gonna have as many Pokemon out as I possibly can at a time because why wouldn't I?
Yeah, that makes sense. I will use all 6 Pokemon!
Yeah, fair.
Stop me!
Alright, so I will go ahead and roll my d20 then.
Awesome. So you're looking just for random stuff?
Yeah, ideally... Yeah, just looking out ideally for Pokemon, but I don't know what you mean by what I can be
This
looking
is
out for.
this is an item. This is an item roll.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Foraging or however.
Yes. Okay. So if you're foraging, actually,
Well, I don't have any kind of foraging abilities.
no, that's fine. Anybody can. I want you to roll me a survival check for this, actually.
Oh, that's what I was trying to avoid.
Yeah,
I
know.
just wanted the d20.
Yeah, if you don't want to, so foraging gives you a different table. Okay, so foraging would give you berries and apricorns and that kind of thing. Just looking is going to be just the d20, and that could be stuff like Pokeballs and that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm after.
Okay.
Was this always available, or specifically when we have a route map like this?
Specifically like this, and this is relatively new.
Okay.
I've found new helpers and that kind of thing. Okay, so you rolled your 12. This is correct?
Correct.
Cool. 2, 3. Hold on, I'm not actually seeing a, We're gonna scrap that and roll a d8, okay? Sorry about that.
D8, you say?
Yeah. I'm still getting used to
Alright.
the new tables these guys have. It's
Oh,
good.
yeah,
It's much
fair.
better than what I had. Okay, funnily enough, you are going to be finding a berry here, so let me go find the berry list, and you're going to be rolling a d20 from there. Pretty sure. Very involved, lovely
no.
process.
Oh, yeah. Admittedly, it is great, like, a system like this, it has so many, like, Pokemon generators and random tables, and,
Yeah.
like, it is at least, I imagine, nice to have that stuff to rely on, whereas something like D&D, maybe you'd have to generate more of it yourself.
Oh, wow. Roll D68.
Oh my goodness.
See what you get. And we're gonna roll this berry, and we're gonna find out that there's no such berry in this system. It's gonna be like, oh no, this is a Pokemon mystery dungeon berry. There's no such thing. Okay, 23. Yeah, man. You find this weird kind of orange, round, kind of chestnut-looking thing with a green top and bottom. That is a Qualot berry. So this lowers defense EVs and raises friendship in the equivalent Pokemon system.
I don't
So
think
I'm
that
gonna go find that in the core rulebook.
I don't think that's a thing.
We're gonna
if it's
make
just
it
a
up.
berry to increase friendship, that'd be fine with me.
No, it is. It's a defense suppressant. I can see it right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. What was it called?
Qualot. It is Qualot. Qualot.
Oh, sweet! I got it right.
Mhm.
That's a first.
Really? That's okay. Huh. I didn't know this existed here.
Very sick.
What is a defense suppressant?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that helps with base relation stuff. We'll look this up later.
Indicated base stat by 1 when consumed by a Pokemon. This effect only works if the Pokemon's trainer wishes it to.
Interesting.
Okay, so I guess it is for the purpose of base relations.
I think so.
That's sick.
That's
So-
actually really helpful.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm so here for it.
Cool. Okay.
Wait,
You get-
you said it drops it down by 1?
It does.
Yep.
Yo.
Yeah, so like if you have a conflict with defense and you really don't want to put stuff in defense, then you can do that and solve that problem.
Or you could do it like if you had other berries for other ones, you could do it instead of spending tutor points on like attack conflict.
Well, you'd need a different one because this one's specifically defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, Mako. That's probably it for you, unless you have more movement.
Yeah.
We'll go over to Amber.
No.
Okay.
Cool. So, I'm going to run along a little ways, I guess. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're gonna try and ignore the dead Zigzagoon. Or I guess fainted technically.
Yeah,
hopefully it's concealed by the brush.
Yeah, it's breathing faintly. The Surskit points up an arm over. Looks back
I
at
know,
you.
buddy. It's very sad. Not for us. Yeah. Thank you. Well, actually, I want you to help me look for something else. Can you help me find some honey?
And we're gonna use the honey gather ability that or honey gather like trait, I guess, since it's not technically an ability that Surskit has.
Yeah.
And I will post this in the chat. Boom. So once a day, Pokemon with this capability can find a honey item as an extended action if they are allowed time and environment with abundant plant life.
Nice.
Oh snap! I need a collection jar. I ain't got one. Never mind.
Alas.
All right. Well, that's fine then. I guess I'll just run some more.
Yeah, next big city we get to is going to be very important.
I did not read the part about the collection jar.
No worries. We'll deal with it later.
That's the Austin Monkey Paw coming in. You have all these crazy abilities. You sure don't have the tools.
All right, cool. Well, then in that case, we'll just keep exploring and looking for friends and bugs and things. And that'll be my turn.
Awesome. Vigo. The madman himself.
Okay.
Does he sprint another 18 meters?
Well, no, of course we have to go up and look at this tree and this man on the bench.
In that order.
Yeah,
Definitely.
in that order specifically.
Sure. Let me actually see if there's some different music I want for this.
Starts playing the Karate Kid.
The karate. It's Mr. Miyagi, dude. He's here to train you, Vigo.
I'll take it.
He said, "Sign me up."
All 5 of us just doing Tai Chi.
Yeah. Well, you like he brings you back to his house in Tenebrous Village where you wash his car.
Mako's painting the fence. Amber's like spraying off the side of the house.
He's actually just convincing all the trainers coming through for the festival to do the raid.
Yeah.
Do it for the XP, yeah.
Sure, we'll do Land of the Gum.
This will teach you fighting type moves if you do this.
Elaine's
Yeah,
accidentally
Vigo walks up behind this guy and he says, "I can hear you. You're moving very quickly."
Yeah. Is this your tree?
He still hasn't looked at you. Realizing your apparent age, he breathes out a sigh. "I planted it, yes."
Vigo looks at the tree. Just he gets a closer look at it.
Yeah, dude.
Is there anything with that?
Sure. Roll me your choice of survival or perception, sir.
16.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely notice this tree's not native to this area. In fact, you're not entirely sure it's native to this region. As you kind of pore over your somewhat encyclopedic knowledge of dangerous flora, you're like, well, this is definitely not dangerous, but you're not sure if it's native.
This doesn't look like something that'll kill me or I can eat.
It's not gonna kill you. You can't eat it. It has some weird shapes. And yeah, kind of these weird, kind of almost like plumes or bulbs of grass, leaves. Yeah, man. And near the top branches, you do see something rustle. It's a brief flash of kind of this indigo color. "You moved too quickly. You startled it."
What is it? I saw something up in the top there.
See, she like rapidly pointing and like partially hugging the tree to like get as close as possible.
Trying to get
Yeah,
up there. He's gotta
yeah.
see what it is.
He at this point, like you're like here-ish, and he looks over at you. He says, "I will show you if you sit and be quiet." He gently taps the bench beside him.
Okay. Yeah. So, now that he has been offered something, will sit down and wait intensely.
Totally. You sit down on the bench.
Most waiting you've ever seen.
It's extremely. Yeah, he's like kind of wiggling around.
No, it's perfectly still. Like,
Oh, perfectly.
clenching his
Sorry.
knees.
I heard still, and I heard squirrely, not still. Okay, got it. So extremely still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like looks at you over a little bit bemused though. If if Vigo notices that, it's up to you.
He's too focused on waiting currently.
"You are very intense, young man."
He's far too focused on waiting to respond to that right now.
"It is important to breathe in times like this. The Pokemon, they sense it. Your anxiety.
Many will run, and others still will see it as a sign of hostility.
He takes his hands up, as though he were like lifting something near his ribs.
In, out.
I want you to roll. Focus.
Ah, perfect. Focus. 6.
You feel some of the delirious adventure haze clearing for a moment, and you are greeted by a low humming sound.
Do you hear them?
Yeah, Vigo is looking around for the source of the sound.
You sense all but the apricorn tree nearest to you, you think, is humming with a low din of what you can only assume to be some kind of insect noise.
This is why I'm here. They are disturbed.
Can Mako hear any of this?
You're a little bit too far away, but
Damn it. Oh, well.
soon you will be. As we're going to stall that social encounter, and Elaine will go now.
Having some basic knowledge on how mushrooms grow, she's gonna go over here to these trees and see if she can't find something in the shadows of these evergreens.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a forage check, so it's going to be survival.
She's only got a 2, so I'll hope for the best.
Good luck.
I didn't get the best.
Unfortunately, while you're quite good at preparing survival-related ingredients, that is a bit below the necessary DC in order to roll on the random table. So yeah, Elaine comes up short after a few minutes of kind of rooting around in the underbrush here. The pine needles kind of leave your hands a little bit sappy, a little bit sticky.
Does Amber spot Elaine through the little like gap in the trees right here?
Sure, yeah. It's not that dense. You can see Elaine kind of running through
She's
the
gonna
pines.
poke her head down and be like,
You know, if you want to find mushrooms, I have a parasect with a lot of mushrooms on it. Spectacle would be happy to give you his mushrooms. I'm sure. I think. We're getting there. I think he would.
Elaine just kind of squints at the idea. She's like, maybe. I think after we find a place to sit down and camp, we can have an interaction with Spectacle and see if he's ready to have a chat.
Okay, well, I'll make sure he behaves.
Alrighty.
Good luck looking for more.
Thank you.
Okay,
I think that will be the end of that.
that's it. Back up to Rune.
David?
Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was distracted. I'm still looking at stuff in the playbook.
Gotcha, yeah. It overwhelms us all.
Alright, so how far can I actually see with my perception? Base perception.
Well, you can see a lot that, like, except for, like, trees, there's not a whole lot that's, like, really breaking your line of sight out here. Though there is kind of, like, a minimum distance required to intently study something with a perception check. So, you can potentially, like, want to make a perception check on this distant object, but the DC could be very high depending on how far away you are. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Queen and I will keep moving forward. I don't think I went the right direction.
I thought you were doing a Surskit
didn't.
impression.
1, 2. This isn't like object blocking me, right? The sticks on the ground.
No, no. It's just bits and pieces of tree debris that has been blown about in the recent storm.
Okay. Yeah, me and Queen will go over here now.
You step on the sticks and they scream.
New stick Pokemon. I didn't realize.
Oh! Just bloody murder. Then they speak in perfect English. What's the deal, man? All right. Is this as far as you like to move, or would you like to move further? You do have a dash ability, which I'm not sure if you've encountered so far.
I have not encountered the dash ability.
Okay, so you get an extra 50% of your overland, rounded up.
So I get 3.
Nice.
Hey, Jeremiah.
Oh.
What's the what feature or edge allows you to use your full move when you sprint?
It's an athlete thing.
Oh, okay. Is athlete a class?
It is.
Athlete's
Okay,
class.
thank you.
And I took the other class that's not athlete. I took the acrobat class, so.
I might have to look into athlete.
It's this.
Is there anything that's prompting me to
Dude.
notice anything?
I read regime as regime every time I see it.
Oh, it's training regime.
Regime is the correct pronunciation, isn't it? Because regime is like a training exercise, and then regime is like a political
I don't
movement.
know.
Okay, we'll look this up later.
Is there
It
a
is
difference?
training
I've always
regime.
said regimen.
Well, regiment
Oh,
is a different word
no.
entirely, but I've
No.
always heard that as
No
training
T
regime.
on the end.
All right.
Yeah.
I've always heard it regimen for some reason without the T.
Yeah, man. Sure. Let me look real quick.
Well, I looked up that
Not quite
spelling
close
of it, and it's.
Yeah.
This might just be like.
No, we'll
the
pass over to Mako.
incorrect word.
Mako,
Sweet.
go forth.
All right. Do I need to use my action to like join the conversation, or can I just
No, you.
dash to get in
Yeah,
close
you.
proximity?
Yeah. No, you hear. You hear the monk speaking in low tones to Vigo as he sits, utterly stiff and quiet. Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of start joining the conversation, and
Yeah, man.
if Vigo's being very quiet, Mako will just kind of kneel down and just kind of sit next to Vigo, and
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you kind of.
struggle to focus as well.
There's not a whole lot more room on the bench, so you kneel down in the wet grass. The monk turns over.
Good. More company. Quiet, please.
Okay.
As
turn to Mari.
he pulls out.
Shush Mari.
He pulls out a what appears to be a chesto berry, and slowly lowers it on top of Vigo's hat.
Very
I'm gonna
good.
I'm gonna pull out one of my orange berries, and I guess Mari is wrapped around my neck, so I'll just kind of hold it in my hands, and then hold my hands out in front of me a little ways.
Totally.
I'm just basically going into copycat mode as my action. And that'll
Sure.
be the
Are
end of
you
my turn.
are you putting the orange berry on top of your head?
No. I'm holding it in my
oh,
hands.
Sure. And how are you holding it in your hands? Like, is it?
I'm
kinda
holding my hands outwards.
outwards
I'm
and kind of in front of you? Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of sitting. I'm sitting very close, like taking the middle seat in the back seat of a car, and you can kind of lean forward and get in between the two people up front. That's kind of Mako's energy. Is like there's no room on the bench, and so he's just getting as close as he can, and so he'll kind of probably hold his hands out like in between both of them, like far enough that it's obvious, like far
Sure,
enough that
yeah, I got it.
he's assuming a Pokemon will come grab it, but
Yeah,
he
yeah.
also is gonna try and get comfortable.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, a few moments pass. We'll go over to Amber. What was that?
Okay, sorry
Somebody
about that.
quacked.
Yeah, that was my bad. I was distant from my microphone.
I heard,
so
I
just
heard
did-
distant
I-
Amber.
I had to quickly run back. Okay, cool. We're just gonna keep carrying along. Could I know that there was mention previously. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know there was mention previously of a low hum in the berry bushes. That was shared by some bugs. Could I make a perception check to? Obviously, Amber was not privy to that conversation. But could I make a
Sure.
perception check to see if I hear that low hum, like in the trees?
I would say you don't, and I won't make you roll a check
Okay.
for it.
Cool.
I will make you roll a prompted perception check right now, though, for something
Okay.
else.
Sure thing. 14.
That's pretty good. Yeah, as you rustle through the bushes, all the trees swaying a little bit in the gentle breeze and water running off in rivulets. And then you see it, something a little bit too big, in one of the pine trees up ahead. It sways ever so lightly, and it seems to rotate as you look at it until you're staring at a pair of red eyes masked under layers of chitinous armor that is disguised as leaves or needles. It's a pineco.
Oh, that's so sick.
If you had passed under it, it would have dropped on you.
And exploded and killed me.
Probably so.
That's fascinating. Aren't these technically bug type?
These are.
They become
Uh,
bug steel.
They do.
What?
Fortress.
Yes.
Very sick Pokemon.
I was not aware of this. Fortress. Okay, very interesting.
And if you want Amber to know that, you'll need to roll me a Pokemon education check.
Okay, sure, yeah. She just
You're
sees
like-
a pine cone.
Yeah, you're like, wow, that's some weird grass type Pokemon.
Does it seem to be staying put?
Yeah, it sways ever so slightly in the breeze, and it's definitely aware of you. It's staring you down at this point, not moving.
I'm so torn. Because Amber's into bugs. But me as a player, I know it's a bug. Okay, well,
Yeah.
she would probably.
I will
want to
I will
get
I will
one of-
remind the glorious members of the committee that you are in possession of Pokédexes.
Are we really? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
I-
are.
I've had them this whole time. She just never use them because they're in my pocket, and I can't be
Alright.
pulling that out.
Well then, could I use my Pokedex to try and identify said Pokemon?
Yeah, man,
that
that'd be
seems
it.
to be sitting here.
That would be a full action.
Are the checks that I've made already my action?
No, the prompted perception check. Well, the I'll
I did
the
roll
the
Pokemon
the, the, the,
education.
the Pokemon education.
There.
I'll let you pull out the Pokédex and we'll resolve this on your next turn, shall we?
Alright, that sounds good.
Cool. Vigo.
Okay. Well, obviously, we are continuing to wait. Now, staring intently at that one
Yeah, man.
tree.
Totally. And I want you to roll one more focus check for me, please.
Very good. Time to roll a 2.
Much better. You feel some semblance of peace, whatever that means for Vigo. As
That's a good
you let the breeze roll in, just a smattering of raindrops rolling off of your raincoat and hat at this point. Just a dull thump 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 coming off of the tree above you right now, and then you hear something rustling, and still you remain quiet and motionless. And then it swoops in. Hey, pop, pop, pop. It is a little purple monkey swoops in and grabs the berry off of your head. And in a single swift motion, flips off of your shoulders and grabs the berry in Mako's hand, and then goes back up onto a lower branch before it eats.
You may move now, if you wish.
Okay.
Mako will immediately start fidgeting more so than he was.
Yeah.
Hugo's gonna stand back up and start looking at the tree, and with the monkey in there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if he'd know what this is.
Yeah.
So I
Weird little monkey creature. Yeah,
Use the Pokedex.
Yeah, this will be Pokemon education or Pokedex if you really want to.
So, first off, that would take too long. Second, Vigo forgot that he had it, so. Pokemon. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is a Pokemon native to Johto. This is called an Apom. It's normal type. You believe this is a female Apom. Beyond that, you don't know too much about it. It looks pretty dexterous and kind of spry as it's flipping around and grabbing stuff with its tail hand.
Is that your Apom? He points to it at the tree, and I'm looking at the old man.
We know each other, but no. I am not the owner.
Oh, okay. So the humming has not been identified yet, yeah?
Appears to be coming
wasn't
from the apricorn trees to your southwest, but no, you don't know what it is yet.
So what's in the tree? Pointing at the apricorn trees.
Lediba.
Let's roll Pokemon education. Let's
Sure.
Vigo knows what that is. 12. So probably.
Yeah, you know, Lediba are a migrational creature. They tend to try and avoid the colds. You actually get a Lediba colony up in your city. That's Stratus. I always forget.
Mistral.
Mistral. Thank you. Up in Mistral, they have a tendency to kind of group up and kind of snuggle together for warmth. And they're generally quite timid creatures as well.
This Lediba colony is attacking some travelers. I'm here to ascertain why.
You said it's attacking travelers?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
It's time for Vigo critical thinking segment.
Yeah.
They started humming when he was slow, at least according to Vigo's perception. Therefore, we just have to go very fast.
This has been critical thinking with Vigo.
I do not recommend.
Maybe just around. That might also work.
I do not recommend getting near the trees unless you are ready for a battle. You are Pokemon trainers, yes?
Yeah. We're with the league, and this is I'm Vigo, and this is Frigibax. He pulls Frigibax out of his backpack.
It is nice to meet you. I am Ero. I am also part of the league.
He fishes out a badge from his monk tunic and shows it to you.
Oh. Like what kind of badge?
It appears to be not exactly like a gym badge, though this might be a symbol that is on a gym badge. It appears to be a piece of cloth portraying a cracked rock with vines and grass growing over it.
I represent High Cloud Gym.
Vigo doesn't know what to do with this information. However, there is the immediate thought of, maybe we need to fight him? Come on, Battle. He's a little unclear on league rules.
Seeing your
What
confusion,
did you...
You are not the brightest, are you?
No.
I am not a gym leader. I am a gym trainer.
Oh, okay.
I serve our gym leader, Stacy.
he's just staring at him blankly all this whole time. Do you have any?
Vigo doesn't know what to do with
Do you
this
ha-
information.
Do you have anything to contribute, Mako?
I mean, yeah, I didn't know if I was allowed on his turn.
No, you're.
but
Yeah, this
he
is
was-
like this is
Yeah, like,
social
you're part of the
encounter.
conversation.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay. Oh no! Wait, that's so cool. What are your Pokemon? Here's Calamar, and just go off. Just all the pent up energy from trying to focus for half the time Vigo did. Just nerding out immediately, like, wow, that Apom was really fast. It must have had, and just all of it. So do you come here just for some peace and quiet, or is this your garden? I didn't catch what you said before. Right before you said he was associated with the gym.
Yeah.
Well, I make a habit of coming down this way every few months to check on my tree.
Motions to the tree with the Apom in it, still actively nibbling down on Mako's Oranberry.
Gym trainers and leaders are tasked with upholding the peace wherever they go. And this is definitely a disturbance of the peace.
Well then, I'll be happy to help. I'm gonna be a gym leader one day. My big sis is the gym leader in Nimbus City.
He kind of turns a discerning eye over to you.
What's her name?
What is her name? I've already forgotten. Let's see.
April.
April. Okay. I was like, Amber? No, that's one of the party members. April is the color of your energy. Yeah, no, it's April. She's my big sis. She's really nice.
She good. She makes clean energy.
Mm.
Good for our environment.
Yeah, and she came up with most of that. She showed me. I don't know what I want to do. I'm researching a few different things, but she taught me chemistry, and she was basically the one to school me. So that's why I was always acing every test, I guess. But I don't know if I'm going to take over for her. Maybe she wants to keep doing the gym, and maybe I'll try and become a Elite Four or something. Henry was saying he'll meet me there. And then he'll immediately like pull out his.
You're just going off. We're gonna go to a lane while that's ongoing. All right, coming up empty on your foraging check, Elaine. What's up now?
That's a great question. I don't have a clue.
You should come talk to the old guy with us.
Do I hear any of like the excited chatter?
You
like,
definitely hear Mako. Yeah.
Yeah. She identifies Mako sounds. And it'll probably pique her interest. Can she see over any of these bushes?
Yeah, dude. Like only the trees are really obstructing your vision.
Gotcha. I'm guessing she can't see this.
You can kind of see to the immediate other side of the trees, but probably not the Zigzagoon.
Okay. 'Cause I was thinking and that might actually prompt her to go do something if she could see it.
Yeah, go eat it. Elaine's like, we're going to get something for supper tonight.
Well, I guess her primary focus is to try to calm down the Azurill, and like, you know, there's this pond of water. You know, maybe she could go over here. Maybe there's something in that log. Who knows? So she'll go over here. And it's like, she doesn't want to interact too much because it looks like the boys are having like guy time, whatever's going on here. She just sort of like,
What a monkey.
she admires the boys being boys, and then we'll try to like spend time with the Azurill.
Totally. Yeah, after the Azurill has gotten some food in it, it seems like a little bit more happy. You're just kind of like holding it to your chest, gazing down at the water.
You should let it play the puddle.
Azurill.
You starting to feel a little bit better? She's asking the Azurill.
The Azurill thinks for a few moments. Before realizing, oh yes, I was upset, and starts crying again.
Yeah, you just see like an exasperated smile as she starts to pat it again in her lap.
Sure. Roll a charm check or intuition, your choice, I suppose.
Okay. Probably charm. Thank
There you go. Nice. Yeah. You kind of rock it back and forth. You place the Azurill in the little puddle and just kind of bounce it up and down slowly. It seems to have a
play with it.
Seems to have a calming effect on the Azurill. Awesome. All right, going over to Rune.
I've already calculated this. I get here with a dash action.
I don't need any of this cutesy nonsense. I've calculated this. We're going in.
Do I see the Pineco?
Sure, roll a perception check.
Perception. Hi, Loki.
Loki's here to kill your fictional bird.
No, Loki, I only killed one Zigzagoon with it.
It's so nice to have a roommate who plays D&D and whatnot. Like, I tried to indoctrinate Jordan, but like, I just went into the kitchen to grab something, and it's just so nice having a roommate who's also playing the same game.
Okay, yeah, dude. So yeah, the first thing you see with your 18 in perception is actually the sign directly in front of you. This says Apricorn Festival, South. Watch out for falling pineco. And then, like, as you look up, you see a pineco just menacingly turn towards you slowly with red glinting eyes.
Geronimo!
Yeah, as Queen sees that, her also very red, menacing eyes will glare right back at it.
There, you have the whole, like, sparks flying, like, laser eye connection thing in the middle. The ancient enemies. Alright. Alright, you've, and that was a prompted perception check, so you still have your actions and everything here.
Alright, let me... Is there anything else I can... Do you want to capture this pineco?
Probably. The thing is, I only have 2 Pokeballs left, and I am not gonna lie, I've never specifically had an attachment to Pineco until I recently found out that it was Bug Steel type. But even then, I'm like, but I could get a Scyther, you know? So, kind of torn, but also, technically my trainer is so into bugs, so I kind of feel obligated to catch the bug, you know? So,
I'm just saying,
if
you
you
don't
kill
want the
it,
Pineco,
there will probably be more.
David's a big fan.
I'm just saying, if you don't want the Pineco, I don't mind having a fortress on my team.
Cool. Well, I will probably, even if you get one, if we encounter more along the route, there's a high probability that I also try and get one because I already have an idea of how I can use it on the team to do some pretty cool stuff. So,
It's such a
but if you're
great-
into it,
yeah.
then go ahead and I'll just find one later.
Yeah. How far is it from me? Is it within 6?
I think it's yeah, technically, yep.
Sure,
Okay.
we'll use that dimension.
I need to double check.
I like the Lancer rule of use the longest dimension. So
Okay. Well, I can't just not attack it first because that would be dumb.
You false swipe.
I wish I had false swipe.
Although the thing it should have high defense. So if you're going at it with a physical attack, it should. If it's not too under leveled, it may live. I don't know if you still have your combat stages though.
I should because they last for a scene, don't they?
I don't know. I assume so.
yes,
You
that
might
was the end of that scene. So the combat stages have
Oh, so
since
they're gone
reset.
now?
Yep.
Actually, that might be better for it because
I agree.
this is still gonna be a super effective attack. I'm
Oh.
going to launch Queen at the Pineco and let her do what she wants, and she definitely wants to peg at it to knock it out of the tree.
Okay. So let me re-add the Corvus Squire, and then I'm also going to add the Pineco. And the Pineco sees you, so this is going to be straight up battle. So faster moves first. Let me go ahead and get my Pineco.
If I'm slower than the Pineco, there's something wrong with my speed.
That's a very fast Pineco. Pineco's gone to the gym.
This Pineco hit.
I mean,
didn't skip
technically
leg
we have
day.
as well. Yeah.
I didn't see none of y'all on the treadmills.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 4.
Isn't that what Jeremiah literally does with his Pokemon? Is like takes them on hikes and like makes them do calisthenics and
Yeah,
does them
yeah.
along with him.
Maintains an active lifestyle with his Pokemon.
Can I join the initiative for this and help you catch it?
Totally, yeah. you don't actually see Rune, but you see the pine cone turn.
Yeah, because we're.
Pineco turn,
Well,
did
I
you
guess
see it?
I guess I hadn't looked at my Pokedex yet.
Pineco
to know if I
is-
would want it or not.
Pineco
so
is
if
caught
I
in the
can't see
crossfire.
Rune, then I wouldn't have known to help him. So
That's fine. I mean,
I guess I won't then.
when the Corvus Squire comes out of the woodwork, you're knowing something is going down pretty quick. So what's the
Okay.
Surskit speed?
I'm actually gonna probably hot swap it because if we both hit it with a normal attack, it's going to it's gonna faint. So I would probably swap it in for a different Pokemon on my turn, which would be in this case I would let's see, as long as this has range. Yeah, I'm gonna swap in a Spectacle, which will have a 13 speed on its first turn.
Nice. So you actually go before Corvus Squire does. Well,
Awesome.
would you go before Corvus Squire does if you didn't know Corvus Squire was about to attack the Pineco?
Sure. Well, you could hear Rune ordering things like the Corvus Squire since Rune goes first. So, Rune, are you doing anything on your trainer's turn?
On my training turn, I don't. If I try to hit it, it's going to be very bad. So, just get a little bit closer. Move myself up there. If Corvus Squire is still on me, then now she's about to launch from here instead of just back there.
Sure.
She'd have enough movement no matter what.
You could do that.
So, Yeah.
Cool,
And
cool.
then yeah, I'm just gonna have Queen go in and peck its eyes out.
Okay. Yeah, you have chosen your orders, and we're gonna go over to Amber real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely
I'm
see
going
Rune now.
to-
Oh my. Okay, let's help him. Let's let one of our friends handle this, okay, Puddle?
And she's going to withdraw Puddle,
Banished.
and she is going to call out Spectacle. She's gonna be like,
All right, it's time for you to be useful.
The Parasect
And then,
gives you one soulless pale eye over its shoulder, as if, don't test me, girl.
Yeah, I know you're big and strong, and that's why we're gonna help our friend.
Okay, and then she's gonna be commanding the Parasect to use Stun Spore on its turn.
Awesome. And this is freeform, so you get to decide what the Pokemon does on the Pokemon's turn as well. But let me
Right.
let me put the Parasect on the initiative. What's its speed? Right
It
now?
is only a 3, but it's 13 for this
13
turn.
right now. Cool, cool, cool. So still moving before the Pineco. It would actually be going after the Pineco if it didn't have the speed bonus. Awesome. Before the Corvusquire as well. So this is a hot swap though. Would it be losing its turn?
It would not, because I had not already used the Pokemon turn.
Okay, got it. Cool. All right. So go ahead and use your Stun Spore.
Cool.
11. We'll be hitting.
That is an 11. Fantastic. So the target is paralyzed. And I'm not. Let me look at the. I can start looking to see how that plays
Sure.
out.
Yeah, the
While
Parasect.
you guys go and do your thing.
The Parasect slams its kind of bottom shell into the ground, which seems to eject some kind of yellowish mist from the huge mushroom on its back. Kind of flows through the air. And the Pineco is getting hit here. So, I believe if it hits, it paralyzes, right? Or is there...
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And this is once a
And
scene.
it says- and then this is
Lightning bolts, very sick.
Well, it's twice a scene. I don't know why I didn't show the 2.
Okay.
But I guess that's something I can change actually. Anyways, yeah. So it should be paralyzed, and I'm gonna look in because in one of the playtests they updated the statuses, so I'm gonna look in the playtest too. But paralysis, the target speed stat is lowered by 4 combat stages. At the beginning of each turn, the target is paralyzed. They must roll a DC 5 save check. If they succeed, they may act normally. If they do not, they cannot take any standard shift or swift actions. And electric types are immune.
Okay, let me just double check.
Let me see if there was.
Paralyzed lowers
Okay, paralysis.
lowers speed, right? Let's see.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
So it
lower
would,
speed.
because it's down by 4 stages, it would actually get an initiative of 2.
Okay, so
So,
what does
yeah.
paralyze actually do in terms of reducing speed stages?
Minus 4 speed stages.
Okay, but this is does it actually lower the stages, or is it like unstaged stages?
It lowers the combat
Um,
state.
Yeah, it's the target speed stat is lowered by 4 combat stages.
Okay, cool. Okay, so it's not like the game where those are separate. Very rad.
Okay, hold up. Let me print screen the version from the playtest because it is different.
Okay, down to 2.
I will put this in Discord because yeah, this is different than the easy rules that I posted.
Okay.
Okay, so their initiative is halved. So I guess let me see. Does it say it's in addition to, or is this just the new effects? Okay. I'm not really certain whether this is entire replacement. Some of this looks similar, so I'm gonna assume this is probably just an entire replacement. So I guess maybe nothing on the speed stages here, but their initiative is halved. They make a save check, and they need an 11 plus to take their action. But if they fail, they could take a standard or shift action instead of nothing. They're vulnerable for 1 full round, and they can't take opportunity attacks for 1 full round. So basically, they're vulnerable. It has a initiative of only 2, and if it fails a DC 11 check. Oh wait, no, it's only the vulnerable and the. It's only vulnerable if it fails its check. So I guess it's not vulnerable yet.
Yeah, if it fails the check on its turn, then. What check does it
Okay,
make?
interesting. It needs to make a save check.
Save. What do we normally roll for those?
I don't know. Maybe it's a status save. I don't know. Is there such a thing? Let's see. I'm not seeing like a button for save somewhere.
Me
Not
neither.
either.
So it might just be a straight D20.
It could, yeah, it could. We'll assume it's
is my
D20
guess.
until we see something otherwise. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be complicated. I was just trying.
No, you're
I
good.
figured a status condition would help with the capture stuff.
Okay. So, Parasect went. Is Parasect moving?
No, it'll just stay there.
Corvus Squire now has a stun target to go after.
Yeah, Core Squire is launching itself up there, and not pecking at it. It's going to use the Fury attack. So 11 to hit on the first one, if that hits.
Okay, so the Corvus Squire needs to move adjacent for this, right?
Yes, it's flying up and attacking. Sorry.
Okay, so it's gonna be right there. Yeah.
I'm attached to it. That's why I didn't do it. Yeah.
Hope it doesn't
Awesome.
just
That's
explode
that's
before we can
that's
get it.
definitely hitting. Yep. Yeah. That is the problem with Pineco. They're very suicidal creatures.
Okay, I can't see. Okay, so damage for this one. Sorry.
You're
I'm
fine.
under attack by the child. So the first attack was 20, and then it has 5 strikes. So if the first attack hits, I attack again, and basically until it misses.
I was not aware that was how 5-strike worked.
I figured that's how it worked.
I don't think it's that simple. Let me look. I'm pretty confident you like roll something and that changes the damage base of the move.
Okay. I'll give you guys a minute to figure this out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be right back.
Okay. 5 strike. 5-strike. Whenever a move with 5-strike is used, roll 1d8, and I'll just post this in the main chat as well so that we can all read.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be in general and Pokemon War and Peace. Whenever a move with 5-strike is used, roll 1d8. On a result of 1, the attack hits 1 time. On a result of 2 or 3, the attack hits 2 times. On a result of 4, 5, or 6, the attack hits 3 times. On a result of 7, the attack hits 4 times. On a roll of 8, the attack hits 5 times. Multiply the move's damage base by the number of times hit. This becomes its new damage base. You may always apply Technician to moves with 5-strike. Apply a stab and all other effects that raise damage base only after the move's final damage base has been calculated.
Okay, so it hit twice with Fury attack because I rolled 2 on the d8. So
Okay,
the damage
so
base becomes what, 4?
So, you multiply the move's damage base by the number of times hit. So, whatever the base damage base is, you'll multiply that by 2.
Yeah, so it becomes 4.
Okay.
So 28 instead of just 20.
Cool.
I'm back. What did you guys decide?
Takes 28 damage.
Yes.
Awesome. It's physical, yes?
Yes.
Yes, physical attack.
Okay. health bar set up. So you can have an idea of how much this thing is injured.
I need to see the blinking red before I'll capture.
Yeah, the Fury attack
Oh, it's
goes hard. Unfortunately, Pineco are built to withstand attacks. Heavily carapaced outer shell, even before it's steel type.
Yeah. I'm just worried a peck would
Do too
bury
much.
it.
Yeah.
Perfected.
Okay. That's it for the Corvus Square. Does it move anymore?
No, it's gonna stay right there.
All right.
Risky business.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, she might fly. She might fly a few feet away from it. Now that I think about
Okay.
it.
So do keep in mind that there is reactionary attacks in the system. Pineco will be struggling against the Corvus Square if it moves from where it currently is. Up to you.
That's fine.
You're cool with the struggle?
Yes.
Okay. Here it comes. That will be hitting. Dealing 20. This is normal physical.
So how much do how do I calculate defense from that?
Okay, I'll show you. It's very easy. So if you're looking at your Pokemon sheet, right? You see HP in the top right?
Yes.
Hit calculate damage.
Okay.
Yep.
So I calculate the 20 damage.
You input the 20, and then it'll ask you a few questions. This is a normal typing, so you can figure it out pretty easily from there. Nice. So 9, and then you would subtract that from your Corvus Squire's health.
Okay. So Corvus Squire's down to. I'm trying to. Why are you not letting me change the HP? It's at 52.
Okay, sure.
Good.
54, sorry. 54.
What's max health? Corvus Square?
63, I'm about to put it in here.
63, and then 54.
This is my... Yeah, so 54.
And then I will enable all players to see this. There you go, very cool. Alright. Just so we can keep easy tabs on this. Alright, man. Yeah, the Corvus Square goes off, and then it leaves, right? Where is it moving to?
It's going to move over here.
Nice. Okay.
Sky speed of 6, so it can
Rad.
stay in the... If it stays airborne.
Very rad. Okay. Alright. That is really funny.
I think he just looked up the range for explosion.
I
and
did. That is
away.
that is correct. So here's what I'm gonna do. All right. I'm gonna roll a d20, and if it's an 11 and up, this Pineco thinks it'll just end it all. You know, take you guys out of spite, and he's gonna get a little bonus from the more damaged he is. All right. So we're gonna give him we're gonna give him the +1. Okay, he's decided it's not quite time. I can kill more people. So instead he will actually drop down. Oh, sorry, he needs to roll paralysis, doesn't he? So it's just the d20, yeah.
He does need to roll paralysis.
What does he need to beat?
He needs to beat an 11 plus.
11 plus. Okay, he beat it. Is there any effect for critically succeeding that check?
As I don't think so.
Okay, we'll assume
I
no
wouldn't know.
paralysis effects this turn, right?
Yeah, the only thing that I think is still gonna stick is his initiative being half.
Right, speed. Yeah.
So,
Makes perfect sense.
and then he's gonna have to just continue making the check.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna drop down and the Corvus Squire had to move up a space in order to get him up to the tree, so the Corvus Squire is currently hovering a space up above the ground. Diagonally speaking, I believe the Pineco could still hit the Corvus Squire. Because, like, diagonally up
Makes
one
sense.
square. So, yeah, so the Pineco has some options here. Sure, as this is the creature that most egregiously offended him, he's going to go ahead and use Takedown.
Okay.
Which will be hitting. It has Rockhead, so it's not taking recoil here. So that's 32. And I can, he can, yes, he rolled his paralyzed check. He may perform a trip maneuver against the target as a free action. I'm not sure how that works. And Vigo, you have takedown. Could you inform me of that?
It's basically an attack roll, I believe. Let me look at that.
Please.
I believe it's in useful charts for some reason. It's a what maneuver is it?
Trip.
Trip. AC 6. So it's just an attack with AC 6.
Okay, just a new attack with AC 6. Awesome.
Melee one target. You and the target each make. Oh, you
Nope.
and the target each make opposed combat or acrobatics checks. That's assuming it hits, which it doesn't.
-6, so -2. Definitely doesn't hit. Very rad. Yep, the Pineco would have knocked the Corvus Squire out of the sky with that trip maneuver, but it does not do so. Instead, it just takes a bit of damage. The Corvus Squire kind of manages to stabilize midair. Very sick. Taking a bit of a beating. The Corvus Squire's looking bloodied, if we're talking D&D terms, right?
Yeah.
All right.
He's down to about half.
Okay, that was the Pineco's go. Rune, you're up.
If he's down to half health or like, he takes damage or an injury, right?
It's
It's not exactly enough.
Yes, but yeah.
Because it's
It's
at
It's
start.
not exactly enough yet.
He's off. What is he off by, like 1 or 2 hit points here? Or
Off
she,
by
excuse me.
basically just 1 hit point.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
she's
Yes.
off by 1.
Wow, dodge that threshold. Very nice. Okay, what are you doing, Rune?
So
Anything? You gonna go punt that Pineco?
I actually might now because it really hurt. It really hurt my girl.
All right.
Well, okay, think about it. If we do weaken it another turn, there's a good chance it just explodes because the problem. Well, actually, wait. You can delay your turn in initiative, penalty free. So you could wait until after we all
So
go
funny.
and then capture it.
The Pineco is physically incapable of capitalizing on the damage you can get from Rockhead by moving in a straight line for 4 spaces.
Oh, it can drop on top of someone.
I guess that's true. You're right. If he if he drops 4 hexes straight down.
Okay.
This is something that could happen, I think.
Yeah, if you delay your initiative till after the Parasect goes, then you could get the most damage off, but then still go before it goes to capture it.
Do I have? Remind me how action economy works. There's a full action, a regular action, and then what else? A quick action.
So it's,
So it's-
Swift and standard. Full action uses both.
Okay, so what kind of action is it to throw a Pokeball? Standard.
I think it's standard.
Yes. I believe so.
Okay. For now, I
To
will
to
delay
capture
my turn
specifically.
until after.
Yep.
Yeah. For now,
Okay.
I'll delay my turn until after Corvus Squire goes.
Okay, sure.
Smart.
So I will wait for the queen.
And Amber.
Okay, yeah. I don't think there's anything crazy. Let me make sure I don't have any commands that I want to use here. Yeah, this is fine. I'm going to just back up because I'm not trying to get cooked by an explosion. 1, 2, 3, 4 for what she assumes is a safe distance, and then she's just gonna cheer on the Parasect.
You got it once. Now let's do it again.
And she's gonna go ahead and Oh, I guess it's the Corvus Squire up next, so we'll worry about that in a second.
Oh, it's
'cause
the Parasect next.
Parasect. Well, remember the initiative changed. So with Juggler, I get a
Ah.
+10 to initiative during my first turn in combat when I send a Pokemon out. But then the next rounds after that, it just goes back to normal. So as a 13, but now it's back down to a 3. So your Corvus Squire will actually go next.
Okay.
So yeah, my initiative tends to be a little bit weirder than everyone else's.
Juggler.
That's cool.
All right, is that it for Amber?
So yeah, go ahead. Yep.
So yeah,
Corvus Squires go.
Corvus Squire is absolutely pecking him this time.
Peg him. It's a crit, I think. Rolled a 20. Crit's on 20 plus, so I guess it's Is it physically incapable of critting, or is it? Do you think it still crits?
I usually get the
it's based on
-2.
the actual roll on the die rather than the.
It cares about the actual. Okay,
result.
not the result. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the crit, man, very nice. It could be good or bad here.
Yeah. So 28 critical hit. I don't know how that works for a crit.
I believe it's an extra roll of the damage dice, but it does not include like any bonuses you would have.
So an extra 2d6.
So that
well,
one's much higher. So 5 and 3.
5 and 3, so
Well,
8.
damage.
8
It would
added
also
to the
include,
28.
like, the base damage of the move. So like it should have a certain number of dice plus a number.
Oh,
for
okay.
whatever
We're
damage
we're not calculating attack. I see.
Oh.
Extra bonuses, as in type
All right.
boosters,
So what's the
whatever else you may.
Yeah.
have.
So what is the dice plus the number it has there?
What damage base was it?
It's damage base 4 for Peck with stab.
Damage base 4 with stab, which should be damage base 6. Oh,
No, Peck is
2d6.
normally damage base 2, I
2d6
believe.
plus 8. So what do we get on this? A 5 and a 3 plus 8, which is 16.
So 16 additional damage.
Yeah.
So 16 plus 28. Say 44.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then effective. Wow, that's a lot of damage, dude. You barely avoid taking this thing down with a crit pack. Yeah, as the Corvus Squire swoops in and just nails the Pineco. Bits of needles and plating shedding off as it is barely hanging in.
Okay. And now it's my turn because I delayed it till after Corvus Squire.
Yes, is the Corvus Squire moving? The question.
Corvus Squire is not moving this time.
Okay. Parasect.
No,
You delayed
till after Corvus Squire,
yeah, you delayed to
so
directly
he's
after
gonna
Corvus
go.
Squire. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool, go for it, man.
Because I thought Parasect was going before Corvus Squire. Because I didn't know the initiative changed. I'm going to throw a Pokeball at it now.
All right, man. So you're rolling your d20, I think. What do you? Is there a bonus for trainer skill, guys? Do you know?
So
You consult the
there's.
rules?
I was just looking at the capture rules, and they're in our easy rules. I think Jeremiah puts them in the very first one. So, it will get certain bonuses here. So,
Yeah.
capture rates depend on level, hit points, status afflictions, evolutionary stage, and rarity. For every 10 levels that the Pokemon has, add 1 to the capture rate. Oh, and we're above level. We're capable trainers because we're level 10.
Yeah.
So you gain a +2 bonus to your D20. And then is this above a level 10?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
level
Is it above
20?
level 20?
Nope.
Okay,
Okay,
so
it's
its
11.
base capture rate is 11. Yep, you guys got it.
Assuming this is not rare enough to increase the base.
It is not.
Okay.
Okay. So it's
So
definitely
our
under
D20
25% hit
first.
points.
It's not suffering from injuries. It does have.
It is.
status
It is not suffering from more than 5 injuries. That definitely has an injury here. Yeah, and it's paralyzed.
So,
So it
that's
should have
3 of those
minus
boxes.
8.
Has 1 evolution stage remaining.
So that's a base of 3, which means it's impossible to fail.
Nice. It's pretty
Fantastic.
good. Very cool.
I just have
Roll
to roll
anyways.
20.
Yeah, you just have
you
to
don't
hit him.
have to roll, but yeah.
Nice.
7.
And that's versus just like, was that physical evasion or what is that?
I think so, yeah.
I'm
Why is it
I'm not
plus
No, it's based on the capture rate that we just calculated. So
Well, that's once it goes in the ball. You still need to hit with the
I
attack.
think it's physical evasion, and you do exceed physical evasion, so you're good, man. Yeah, totally. You smash the Pineco with the Pokeball, just as it starts to like glow menacingly, and it shakes once, but this Pineco is utterly spent. And you caught a Pineco. Congrats, man. I will go ahead and give you this character sheet.
Oh, you know what's hilarious? Amber hadn't looked at it with her Pokedex yet, so she still thinks you caught a grass type.
That is kind of funny.
And I did
it!
roll Pokemon.
Congrats!
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Of course.
There you go.
And great job, Parasect.
She'll rub the little mushroom top. Be like,
It looks back at you as if, do not try my patience. Send me back to whence I came.
oh wow, okay.
All right. Well, you're clearly not in a good mood. You can go back to your ball now. We'll check in
I'll
on you
rub
later
forward.
when we're harvesting mushrooms.
Very good, man. Pineco is in your Pokemon now.
Woo!
Would you also move a Puddle into my Pokemon roster?
Yes, totally.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. So that was a good time. I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna go back to Elaine. Poor Elaine. We're gonna skip around a little bit here just because the initiative has been a little bit skewed. So Elaine, go ahead and take a couple turns here.
I don't even know what to do, bro.
Go forth.
Up to
What
the
do I
old
do?
man.
Bonker.
Go talk to the old man.
Can I guess I'll just move down. Boom.
Yeah. More.
It's there.
Yeah. That you break in on the conversation happening at this point. Just as the monk is showing the boys what appears to be league identification.
Ah, there are more of you. How many in total?
Five. 5.
He thinks a second.
That is more than the league allows.
One of them's a ranger. I think he's like a
Police officer.
Don't correct me. I'm role playing.
This
This is Elaine being klutzy.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, this makes sense. We are currently discussing what to do with the Lediba.
He gestures over towards the Apricorn bushes, Elaine. You don't know what that means. But you've heard of Lediba before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're infesting the apricorn trees. We're gonna try and get them out.
What kind of knowledge does she have on Ladybug? And why are they being aggressive?
Pokemon education!
May I aid her in that? Can we help
You have your special
discuss it?
feature in case she fails.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nice.
It's an 11.
Yeah, you know Lediba are pretty chill creatures that live in communes. They try to avoid the cold and stick together. Pretty nice creatures, just in general. It'd be very rare for Ladybug to attack anything for any reason. And we're getting near 12:15, guys. How are we feeling on time?
I'm feeling pretty
I'm
tired.
good.
Pretty tired?
Oh.
Well, no worries. Do we
Yeah,
want
I'm
to?
starting to zone out a little, but
Okay. Well, do we want to like go through like another turn of like this narrative stuff and then call it?
think
I mean,
so.
I wanna try and deal with these ladybug.
Okay.
Oh.
That will probably be a combat encounter, so that will stretch it considerably further than like say 15 minutes if we want to end at like 12:30.
Okay, gotcha.
So if we want to end sooner rather than later, we can save the Lidibot encounter for next time. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just some more roleplay and some cleanup here. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, Elaine, you can't imagine Ladybug voluntarily attacking anyone. It's very strange.
Of course, there's also the weird rage smoke that happened in the mountains. She's wondering and she's suspicious of, like, what was his name? Dr. Ackley and if he has any lackeys. Might have something to do with the angry ladybug. She's not vocalizing this out loud, but you can see, like, her eyebrows and her, like, her gray eyes, which are usually always, like, soft and joyful, suddenly get sharp as she's thinking and looking at the ladybug.
Well, the trees that have them at least.
The Pokemon technology. Oh, okay. You're just rolling it. Okay, just see if it works.
Pokemon technology.
Pokemon technology. 23.
Just a flex, you know.
Mako spontaneously rattles off some technical information regarding his cell phone.
It's his form of Tourette's. Is just
Yeah, yeah. He
quoting from the user manual of his Pokédex.
There you go. Okay.
Now I have to memorize a user manual so I can roleplay more effectively.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be fun.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how do you convey this to your fellows, Elaine?
She thinks about it and she goes, "Yeah, I do agree that it's weird that they're angry." And then she kind of like, knowing Vigo is probably not one to be relied upon with information because of Vigo.
No, it'll show up someday.
uh,
Not when it's relevant.
So she kind of more or less leans on Mako's ability to have a conversation. Saying like, do you think it might have been like Dr. Ackley? He did kind of leave. Maybe he took some of that red smoke. Is it
So
just
what's going through Mako's head is, so number one, I took general researcher and chemist researcher, and so he's going to be immediately going through his mind trying to figure out if he ever read any accounts in history of Pokemon behaving weirdly, and then also on the other hand, could there be some sort of weird pesticide in these trees that might be affecting the ladybug? It's probably not likely since there's a seeming monk here, but you know, those are kind of the two angles Mako immediately starts thinking in. But I'd like to try and leverage either my general ed or ideally, we know they're the same Poke-Ed.
Yeah, man, this will be Pokemon education to figure out what could
Sweet.
cause a disturbance like this for sure.
Let's go. Oh dear.
Not the best for you, but it's all right.
Yeah. Can I let me help you with that with myself?
I don't think so.
It says-
I think it's another person.
Unless
Yeah.
you speak to yourself in the
Allied
third person.
trainer.
Yeah, he's just
Don't
that
tempt
much.
me.
He's that much of a narcissist.
Yeah.
So
Mako
yeah,
will do what Mako likes.
yes, right. Yeah, man. So you're thinking through it, and it doesn't really make sense for this to be some kind of rage powder. At least anything that would be naturally occurring.
Yeah.
You do know, especially along the coasts, which you are nearing, the western coast of Animos at the moment. There is more and more occurrences of Pokemon that are not native to the Animos Kanto region. Case in point, the Zigzagoon you saw earlier. Occasionally, when such things occur that way, you get invasive species that cause Pokemon in the area to act uncharacteristically to their normal nature. That's as much as you know with your 13. Invasive species are things, various places around Animos.
Oh, I see.
Um,
Okay.
Because you have a real mixing pot of different Pokemon. Because you had invading parties that left Pokemon or bred Pokemon here and then left some behind.
Yeah.
So weird Pokemon that don't necessarily belong in this ecosystem can make other Pokemon in that ecosystem behave uncharacteristically.
Fair. I will relay that to the group. Be like, yeah, no, I got nothing. All I know for certain is this doesn't make sense.
Is there any idea on what we can do to try and calm them down?
Well, our friend over here said we should gear up for a fight, but obviously it'd be better to try not to. I mean, I could have Mari try and send out a thunder wave and maybe paralyze him, but I'd probably only be able to get one, and the rest would just start swarming. And I don't imagine paralyzing Pokemon would make them docile, but
Injuring
You
wild
also
Pokemon.
notice-
Oh, go ahead.
you also notice the deeper Mako gets into this sort of contemplative dialogue, the more his speech seems to mature as he starts quoting other people more and more. The more facts he's pulling up along a single train of thought, the more his sentences start to become more coherent, and he starts using bigger words. Yeah, the words he would have heard the adults use.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, at some point the Muk chimes in.
Injuring wild Pokemon for no reason is not something I wish to do. However, I am unable to gather further knowledge onto their blight. Knocking one out so as to inspect it might be the only course of action.
Do we have an idea on how many are over there? We might be dealing with more than one.
Almost certainly. Ladybug belong in colonies. And judging by the noises,
He leans forward and kind of cups his hands behind his ears.
likely no less than 9.
It was a very big fight.
Vigo stands up. He knows what to do.
No, Vigo.
As a man of
and
action.
what he's going to do is going to trigger combat. So
All right.
role play. For the rest of you want.
Okay. Well, if you'll be moving directly into combat, that's what's funny is Rude and Amber are just nowhere nearby. They're just gonna hear sounds of warfare occurring.
Vigo has heard the numbers and decided that this is manageable. He can deal with this.
Well, and frankly, I'm excited to have like a definitive catalyst, assuming it works, but a definitive catalyst to kick off combat as soon as we start next time.
Totally. Yeah. Go ahead and tell me what Vigo would be doing here. Or like, are you
Okay.
rushing the tree or throwing out Frigidback?
The plan is run through the area. If I see any of them coming at me, grab one and keep running. I'm almost certainly faster than these things.
That's really
And
funny.
if I can probably pick one up and take it with
Just
me.
pick one off. I like this idea a lot.
Yes.
As the monks the monk sees Vigo stiffen.
Oh, it seems the Mistral boy has an idea.
As he gets up and just runs off at Mach 2, just blasting past. As you see the monk reach into his robe and pull out a Pokeball, and the rest of you kind of do the same, and we'll get to this next session, shall we?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to work on my
Perfect.
Pokemon now because of this.
This is fun.
And make sure I have accurate levels.
All right, guys.
Very good.
So I'll award XP at the end of the route just to keep things simpler. But yeah, the more encounters and stuff, the more you engage with the route, the more XP you will get. Of course, it does scale. So, well, thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
This
It was
was
very
this was a
fun.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was nice and relaxing.
it is chill,
As I
chill,
caught my
chill
first
session.
Pokemon.
You caught your first Pokemon, dude. It's a Pineco. That was I want to say Fortress was was on one of your bucket lists, wasn't it?
Fortress was on, I think, my original bucket list because I was going to go with Steel and Ice, but it's also just an incredible Pokemon.
That's a good Pokemon. man.
especially for setup.
It's so cool, and I love that. I love that two of the best bugs ever both came out in Johto, so I get the excuse to show them off.
Yeah.
Amber's
Very
gonna be
true.
gnashing her teeth in envy when she
Yeah,
finds out it's a bug.
She'll get a Scizor later. It'll be fine.
I mean, valid. I would be happy with that.
Learns Bullet Punch
Scizor's
and
off the
Roost.
lead for the
What a
ball.
monster.
These are acceptable terms.
But I did realize I'm thinking about it, and I'm just gonna ramble about the build that I did for Puddle. But so since it got to level 20, I got to pick its ability. So I picked Maelstrom Pulse, of course, because it's a disgusting one. And I realized that I have a juggler ability called Round Trip,
Oh
which
yeah.
allows me to swap out a Pokemon as soon as it performs a move.
Yeah.
So
Super cool.
if I have a highly defensive Pokemon, I could literally just whip out Puddle, have Puddle do a gnarly, like, water-based attack, and then insta-swap it into something highly defensive, and then, you know, like, have that, like, tank whatever hit was coming its way. So,
Lots of cool stuff to do.
yeah, and I could do that on priority. So
Okay.
just whenever I
Well, this
want.
has been session 17. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the recording. Thanks for hanging.
Bye-bye recording.